Hey guys, it's Ryan from Team Envy here. So I'm gonna show you guys a few things on Mirage, some entering tips and some mistakes, they're common mistakes rather, that people make a lot on this map that I've noticed over my time playing. So let's hop into the game. What initially drew me into Entry Frag was a lot of people didn't do it, and I kind of wanted to have a niche in the scene, right? I wanted to be different from a lot of players. Like everyone can play like a lurking role, right? But I think there's more players who do that kind of supportive lurking role than there is players who are good at being an entry fragger, right? So I wanted to have some sort of niche and be filling a job that not a lot of other players like to fill. The reason entering is so important is because a lot of people don't know how to do it properly, and if you do it properly, it can win you rounds really easily. Creating that space and getting in the enemy's face is really what makes the difference in a lot of these rounds, especially if you watch like Astralis play. Like Dupree's super aggressive rifler and he likes to get in their faces, you know what I mean? Or like watching a Liege entry on Liquid's like really cool to watch. The reason I like entering so much is I think it's kind of like a lost art. Like I feel like a lot of people don't really know how to do it properly, and I think watching someone do it properly is really like something you can appreciate. So yeah, this is like my job. This is what I do, it's what I get paid to do. So I think making a video on doing it and giving you guys some tips on how to do it properly, I think you guys would be interested in. So here I am. All right, so I took us in game here on Mirage. Everyone's played this map before. It's probably the most played map besides Dust 2. Biggest thing on this map, especially coming out A, is like instinctively a lot of people when they enter out A, whether it's a contact, an executor, or whatever, but especially in matchmaking and not so high level like ESEA players or something, people would come to Tetris and jump up here and sit here. That's like, you're achieving nothing that you want to be achieved. You're not creating space for your team. You're getting no info for them, right? Like you're coming up here and you're just waiting and nothing's happening. What's a lot more effective is like having your teammate flash jungle for you. Or like if there's no smokes, right? Like on the next queue, having your teammate flash and you cross and you hard clear under balk, you clear sight, then you can get to fire, and you're in a spot and you have a lot more ground gains. So your teammates don't have to worry about default, right? The teammates behind you can come Tetris. They have a lot of utility. They can either like smoke spawn, right? Like, don't have a jump by, and that's unlucky, but you know, smoke spawn, they can always do jungle. Like there's a lot more options now with this space that you've gained for them by getting to firebox or wherever it is, right? Like you get to firebox, you can keep going, whatever the case may be. It just makes their lives a lot easier because you did a good job of clearing out the site and coming through here rather than sitting in Tetris. And then at B, I think the biggest mistake a lot of people make is like as the entry, a lot of time people will do this, like they'll come here, they'll like be looking around, right? And then they'll drop here. And like, well, this effectively has done nothing for your team. Like you're the first guy out and you create no space. You get here and you lock yourself in this corner and like, what can you do? Sit up here and fight them? Like it's just not effective at all. You know what I mean? Like you can, I guess you could do like this, but like a lot of people, especially newer players, will just jump out, balk, and they'll come here and then they'll like play around here, and it doesn't do anything like efficient for your team, right? First guys are just coming out and sitting, hiding at van while your other teammates are in upper B. Like you're creating no map control, you know, info where the players are on the site, and like someone like just gonna jump out and, you know what I mean? It's just not an efficient way to entry, so. Coming out B, it's like almost 90% of the time, I guess the one exception might be on ecos or something, is like when you entry out B, you want to be going out this window. This is like your go-to. You want to like, you can B-hop out of it. Obviously, you know, you have to like hit the B-hop. It doesn't really matter. Like the idea is you come out here and you get to the back of the site while your teammates, so like it'd be like two of you coming out here clearing the site, one of you looking like towards cat, one of you looking towards site, whatever the case is. And then your teammates going out and clearing like balk, right? And coming here and then getting this space so they can use their nades while you're creating space for them and getting info. But yeah, that's pretty much it on this. This map's pretty simple. I mean, going out mid, there's no really like entry tactics, right? Like creating space would be like getting into the valley, but not sitting in this. This spot's not very good. It just depends, like getting to chair, getting to like under window is pretty strong, maybe sitting in underpass. Or the cases, like getting space in mid isn't as hard as it is coming out. Coming out A ramp is something, like I said, it's like a lot of people instinctively will go to Tetris, and that's, even in FPL sometimes people do it, right? Like that's just not how you properly entry out A, right? That's just not gonna work. All right guys, I appreciate you watching. Those are the tips from Mirage. If you wanna be like me, remember those mistakes I talked about, remember the things I told you to do. I'll see you guys out in the server.